We are live. Hello, everyone. Sorry for being a few minutes late on today's event. We had some technical issue to solve. Thank you for being with us today. It's already almost the end of March. So as usual, at the end of every month, we have our new member presentation event. This month, we had so many new members joining the BGA that we decided to split it in two parts. So we keep it short and focused. So without any further ado, let me run the usual introduction of the Blockchain Game Alliance. For those of you who are not familiar with what we are doing, we're essentially an organization that's committed to promoting the adoption of blockchain technology within the game industry. So through networking, through creating workshop, through showing what the different members companies are doing in the space of NFTs, decentralized game, DAOs, DeFi, and all the topics that touch towards blockchain technology. We're illustrating the new ways users can create games, publish games, play games, interact with the community of users, and all the beautiful things that blockchain allows to improve the experience for all the users. We are a strong advocate for diversity and inclusivity of women in the industry. We actually will be running soon an event with 100% women again. We're preparing it. And we're an open forum for all individuals and companies to come share knowledge, network, create business opportunities for them, establish best practice, have open conversation in the space. That's really all the core activity of the Blockchain Game Alliance. I'd like to give a big thanks to all our sponsors. We've been growing this year, so it's really amazing to see the sponsors are representing some of the most active companies in the space. Big thanks to IOI, Animoca Brands, Ubisoft, Boston Protocol, TriumphX, Contribune, Arc.io, Antler Interactive, AnRKey, who is with us today, GD, hey, going to present. Hello. Chromia, Matic, OneWay Block, Non-Fungible, Illuvium, Galaxy Interactive, Tezos, IMD, Galgoran, Star Atlas, and Mobox. All these companies are providing additional support to the BGA, allowing to get more visibilities to all the members' activities. So all our members, as you can see, coming from all the different spectrum of the space, including blockchain, game, chain and protocol, press media, investors, game developer solution, esports, blockchain and protocol, and many more people who all share one common goal to prove all the great stuff we can build using this technology. We're running at the BGA various events and panels. This is an overview of all the activities we've done so far. One of the most popular is the new member presentation and the demo days, where you can get to meet the new project, learn what they are doing, and even see them live, what their product is doing live. Today, without any further ado, I'd like to welcome the first batch of new members in March, which include AnRKey, Star Atlas, IOI, Crypto Colosseum, Tezos, GamyFi, and unfortunately, TradeStars will not be with us as Chris is sick, but we'll have him on the next presentation. This is our agenda. So we'll start with GD. He's with us here. And then every company has about 10 minutes to introduce themselves, share slides, and tell us more about all the amazing things they are doing in the space.
Cool. Is this my time to start?
It is, yes.
All right. Yeah, I'm traveling, so I'm in a hotel, so I don't have my usual beautiful backdrop and all the bells and whistles, so you get my distorted, bad lit face today. I didn't get to put together a keynote, a little insane over here, but I'll take you a run through our site, which covers pretty much everything up, current news and everything we have going on. So I'll share that. Luckily, I did a little test run with Serena before, because last time I was a little confused on the sharing process.
We're all ready to go this time. I also want to remind everybody that we're going to be having a short Q&A, so feel free to drop your questions or comments live. But yes, feel free to go, JD.
Yeah, so this is a site we've, as you can tell, having a really busy, very gratefully successful past couple weeks. We have officially launched our basically our official collectibles line that's tied into our DeFi esports NFT game. We released a few before, mainly for our community during the growth periods, TGE listings and stuff. Yeah, I mean, we hit Rarible back to back, number one, number two, 650K generated sales in 2 weeks. I mean, we broke Rarible's page back to back each time. And so far now we've hit 1.5 million in our AnRKey arcade coins staked for NFTs. We're super grateful. We launched in, as you guys, some of you know, and people watching, we launched last October. We have been hardcore in development and just growth and building out what we believe is a pretty major innovation between DeFi, esports, and NFTs and stuff like that. We have our own proprietary NFT engine, where we've converted traditional Pokemon, Magic, traditional gaming cards into fully convertible DeFi economics and APYs and stuff that go across all different rarity levels and things like that. We have multiple utility models, completely unique utility models for each type of NFT in our economy. It's also based upon our derived base value. That's part of our NFT. It's all proprietary economic and logic model system, how we create all of our value. We have a derived base value in all of our NFTs that is based on for the most part, it's literally based on a fiat economic model of what governments are based on, right? Supply, demand, product, and goods, and parties agreeing upon each other. That's how we create all our derived base values based upon our game economics, including our token price it's tied to. So the more you trade our stuff, the more users that play our game, the more APY it's being generated, will actually boost the value of our NFTs in our game. And it's based on literally hard cash, because AnRKey, just like any other token, is based upon the US dollar, right? And can be cashed out in fiat. So this is literally a fiat foundation, hard dollar values that everything is based on. Well, I wanted to go with this one. This was the recent drop. We do these little mini games while we're building up. Tomorrow is our big final pretty much game demo. We're doing a big Twitch live stream with all our developers and stuff, showing the final features. We spend a lot of time on our artwork. I'll get into who our team are. These are the ones we recently just sold out with. As you can see, we convert all our APY and a lot of other metrics into full levels of rarity power. These filled up in minutes. Super grateful. We go heavy into stories. We don't just do NFTs. We are a full game studio and NFT studio. We write full stories on the level of like movie studios. We got murder, rape. I mean, lesbian love affairs. We have real stuff in with our characters. We've created, again, we've been spending, since I started this project in like July in development and stealth, and literally we've been building nonstop to the point of right now, really getting everything going. And this is really our moment to shine right now. It's showing on the charts. We've been on CoinGecko, top of the charts. We hit #1 yesterday for NFT projects. We've been on that chart for the past 2 weeks. We're all just super grateful, man, because we have literally been slaving away of really building all this stuff out. I mean, we got a pretty expert team across DeFi, crypto, gaming officers, chief technical officers, corporate. This is a kind of a corporate play, this company, to merge into obviously the traditional gaming industry. These are all the logos, basically the companies that we've worked with, our gaming officer, our CTOs, me and myself. I come from the music entertainment business in Los Angeles. So I worked with celebrities and all the major media companies my whole life and stuff like that. So we really, I've worked very hard to build out, the best possible team to deliver, the products that we envision, right? And really have the best chance of success. It's a little tap in. What am I on with time right now? I got like 2 minutes probably.
Yeah, about 3 minutes.
There we go. That's my annoying face on there. We'll skip to the update. You guys will see a little bit of the gameplay.
It'll show you behind.
That's in our office.
Updates in our page. This is where you get your whole team chats will be here.
So we've base value. I don't even know if you guys that streams the audio, but anyways, we've built out one of the first companies, I think, in history, even in traditional gaming, they've never done it. We built out a full esports component directly in the game right next to you while you are playing. You will have direct access to your teams. We've customized our Discord channels through all our teams and everything directly in your dashboards. You can communicate not only speaking to them live, you can communicate them with sharing the stats, which you guys will see on all these screens, all these things like that, memes, strategize. We call it the army barracks. You can infiltrate other teams through other channels. It's probably, it's a very interactive experience. A lot of people have still not understood what we are doing with the esports component. It's kind of like the running joke in our company that people just don't get it. They're finally starting to get it, the community, the press and stuff. And it's about to launch. And we've really taken the best of what crypto has done, and where the gaming industry, as we know now, is bigger than global movie industry and the U.S. athletic industry combined. So we are in a new era of of social entertainment, right? That's where we are right now. That's what we're all doing here. So anyways, thanks for letting me share and present, and look forward to hearing the rest. And thank you very much.
Thank you. That was extremely interesting and so much happening, right? So I don't see any questions right now coming from the audience, but they're sending good vibes, so that's good. And we're going to Seb. Do you have any questions, or shall we move forward to Crypto Colosseum?
Which would be your, it's great to see you're covering so many different thematics. So which is your most popular? Is there one that really you found is stand out and it's the most popular across the fans, or?
We have a question as well for you.
Oh, are you guys talking to me?
Yes, we are.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I've been up since now it's 17 hours straight. What did they say? If I just ruined the moment, we get past.
Asking a question about your roadmap, if you can share a little bit.
Oh, we have a lot of stuff coming up right now. Mainnet launch of Battle Wave 23 is about to hit. That will be the full live borderline MVP, but it's still a beta. We have a lot more integrations there. We do have something very sneaky in the works up our sleeve right now. We already kind of teased it, so I might as well say, yeah, we're launching a whole celebrity platform. The first drops in about 3 weeks of the first celebrity. That's integrated. It's a subdivision of AnRKey X. We've already started building out the team, and I've kind of opened the floodgates of all my relationships of 20 years back in the music and entertainment business in LA. I can go into the rest of the roadmap, but that kind of gets boring, right? You guys can look at the website and look at all that stuff. So
super
cool. All right. So thank you so much for being with us, being awake for 17 hours and running the show with so much energy. We'll wish you to have a good rest today, and I guess I'll know the answer to what's the most popular IP in the AnRKey platform another day.
What was that question? What was the most popular piece?
Yes, which is the most popular NFT or thematic among all the content you have on the platform? Always curious.
Oh yeah, I think the geisha girl from our first drop was still not the geisha girl. I'm so tired, I'm spacing on her. Anyways, my favorite Queen Aishoda. She's actually the lesbian, one of the lesbians in the group. She's, I think, literally by sales and by buzz, she's probably the most popular. And I think the Warlord is next, who's another female. I guess females draw attention, and I guess it still proves that most crypto are men. So I'll leave it there. Crypto buyers are men.
Cool, very cool. All right, thanks. So thanks for being with us and staying late even to be here. We're going to move to the next project now that's been joining the Blockchain Game Alliance. Thank you, GD. We have now Topper from Crypto Colosseum. So
hello.
Hello.
How's it going? Thank you everybody for joining me or joining us. So Crypto Colosseum is an NFT-based game of degenerate gambling and whimsical violence. So we actually had someone in our Discord say this to us yesterday, and I think it just kind of sums up a little bit of what we're trying to do. So I enjoy the non-grindy aspect and easy to pick up and go. Also, the battles are fun and get everyone involved, and can't wait to see more. So what Crypto Colosseum is, at the sort of base level here, is a tournament game for gladiators. So gladiators are NFTs. They compete in tournaments. Right now we're doing 2 dailies and 1 weekly. The weeklies are the sort of the champions from the dailies that compete. And gladiators battle in the arena. Oops, I'm going too fast on my slides. Gladiators battle in the arena and face off against each other. And then one ends up the winner of the tournament. Players bet on these tournaments, and then there's a whole bunch of crypto economics, which I'll get into a second. But what we try and do with Crypto Colosseum is make it really simple to get started. So like you can kind of just bet on a gladiator that you like. So like I like Issue's name, so I'll bet on her for this tournament, and you can get started, and that's a totally legitimate way to play. And this is her now. Gladiators have stats, like you might see in many other games: hit points, attack, defense, and that affects the outcome of the battle of their stats. Plus, they belong to factions. So Bitcoin, Matic, Ethereum, and the price action of those factions affects the outcome of their battles. So ETH is up a little more. Well, in this case, Matic's up a little more than BTC, and so Hammer of EOS will have a slight advantage over Issue based on that faction. Also, players can buy items and drop them in there. Some items hurt, some items help, and they cost PTG, which is the in-game currency to play. And what's kind of unique about Crypto Colosseum versus other games is that everyone's kind of playing on the same tournament here, and these items are affecting the gladiator for everybody, right? So there gets to be a sort of game theory behind it. There's like, when do you going to put the items on, and when do you bet? And also the betting creates odds too, because the winner of the tournament is going to, the people who bet on the winner are going to take from the rest of the pool, right? So you're better, you do better if the underdogs win and you bet on the underdogs. And so you have this combination of odds and items having an interplay here. And so that's already like one level to the game there. Then what we do is we use AI and GPT-3 to make the whole thing more fun. So GPT-3, for those that don't know, is an AI that can write text. And so we have GPT-3 generating the blow-by-blow action of these characters. So even though they're just rolling dice, GPT-3 makes it super exciting, and I'll jump to one. So this is one of the things that GPT-3 generated. So Dintalion thrusts the spear deep into Vang Diesel's chest, right below the heart. Vang Diesel can't get away, and he falls on his back. And so we have these these live tournaments as they're going on. Each one of these battles will progress, and GPT-3, both on our webpage, on a battle page, and also in our Discord, is posting these like blow-by-blow series. And we get a bunch of fans in our Discord cheering it on and rooting for the person that they bet on. So that that's the betting. Then comes in both the collectability and the NFT and crypto economic side of the game, which again, you don't have to do if you don't want to. You could come in here every day and place a small bet and just have some fun cheering on the gladiators. But there's a couple of different ways you can play here. So let me actually just skip ahead. Sorry, I'm going to jump around my slides, I guess. Betting. Trading in items, which we're actually going to launch hopefully tomorrow, but we'll see. Which right now you can buy items, and it's just kind of a vending machine. You put in your cash, you get an item that you play on a gladiator. Starting very soon, those are going to be in a marketplace, and they're going to drop weekly. And they're going to be on a bonding curve, which means that you can make money by getting in early into the drop, buying those items, and then selling them back to the pool as people use them in the gladiators. It also changes the dynamics of when you should want to play those items, because maybe you want to hold on to it and sell it as they get more rare later in the week rather than playing it. So you have this whole sort of trade in the weapons and items that's going to happen. And there's also going to be collectible items in that thing too. So because you use an item, so you burn it basically when you play it, some of these, it's going to be an interesting dynamic when people have these community items. We're actually making one for the Blockchain Games Alliance. I'll tease that out. But they're going to be stronger than the other items in the group. And so the question is, do you want to play that and lose it, or do you want to keep it? And that's this whole other dimension to the game. Then the other parts is buying the Gladiator NFT contracts or buying shares in the factions themselves. So I'll go back to this. When a Gladiator wins a tournament, they collect a percentage of the prize pool. It started off as 20%, but we've actually had a pretty good growth in our economy, and so we've actually reduced that to 5% now. But Gladiators win a cut of the betting pool. And I should also say, actually, they win a cut of all the actual players that have bet. The protocol itself actually incentivizes betting too, so it drops in 25,000 PTG on the dailies, and it drops in 100,000 PTG on the weeklies. And the night's a weekly too, so you might want to join later at 8 p.m. Central European time. So the Gladiators win a percentage of that pool, and then the faction that they fight for gets 20% of the Gladiators' winnings. So the factions end up being kind of like the owners league in American football. The factions are the governance, and they also, players have to fight for a faction. They get to choose their faction, but they have to fight for one. And so both the Gladiator NFT and the factions earn PTG as they're participating in these tournaments. And what that does is creates a passive income from owning these NFTs. However, it also is a token sink because the tournaments, right, the incentivized league is what we call the Emperor's League. Only the top gladiators can participate in that tournament. And if you remove the PTG from the gladiator, you're going to drop down their rankings. So you're incentivized to keep that PTG into the, you keep that PTG in the gladiator in order to keep them up in the higher rankings and keep earning that money from the better leagues. We also use GPT-3 to generate like really interesting and backstories for each gladiator. So this is one that we had from, this is an excerpt from Eshu's. So as an avatar, Eshu Oberon fights with power against her foes, but as a human, she is a seeker. She comes to the lands of the crypto Colosseum in a quest to find her own meaning and purpose. She hopes BTC holds some of those answers. And what's kind of cool is that we feed in a few things to GPT-3, but then really we have some light human editing now, but really this is AI that generates these backstories. And then the AI also uses the backstories when it's doing the blow by blow for the fight scenes. So you'll see like the individual character's personality come through in the battles. And also we do these like pre-game press releases where the gladiators talk to the other gladiators and talk about how they're going to destroy them and stuff. And again, their personalities come through. Kind of sort of a weird, interesting side note, but like the dark characters, the ones who are super creepy, that GPT-3 does the best with them. It just like nails their personality. Like they're like talking about like gnawing on bones and stuff like that. And like we don't basically do anything except feed in some descriptions. And to answer the question in chat, yes, that's it's OpenAI's GPT-3, which is a text generator. Staking will be coming soon, liquidity for PTG, and that I don't have time to get into now, but you can hop to our Discord, and if you're interested in staking PTG, there's going to be some good rewards, and it's a little different than how normal farming works. It's kind of you're incentivized to be early, and you get huge chunks of PTG given to you with a lockup. But like I said, I'm coming up on time here, so I don't quite have time to talk about that. Items marketplace coming through soon. I talked about that already. And the gladiators themselves are not quite for sale yet, but the items are coming up first. Gladiators are coming up next, and they're unique because of the rich stories the provable provenance, basically there's only 99 gladiators, and they're one of ones, each of them. And this history that they have is, you can't just mint that, right? They've been participating in these tournaments, they've been winning or losing, and that history of them battling other gladiators is only accomplished through time. So they sit there, they win PTG, they whoever rises to the top is at the top because of that, because of these battles. It's not because we decided to. And actually, this is a picture of Katana, and she's currently our most winning gladiator. So I believe that she will, her contract will be up for sale in the first one. And we're growing. We're pretty new. We're only been around for a month or two, but we're growing a lot every day. We have more people coming into the Discord and watching these, more people betting every day. And actually, it all, I think, started with the BGA, whatever that was, a month ago, giving that first little push, and then since then we've been growing by a lot of percentage every day, and it's been fun. And so come join us. The game, we hope it will be built by the players. We hope that more backstory, more rules and everything will be generated by the community, and that we'll have a lot of fun battling in the arena together.
Thank you so much, Topper. That was great. There's a few questions for you. So just going a bit through the comments, a lot of excitement around this project. So if you could share a bit more around the stats, I think somebody was asking. Yes, if you could speak a bit about the figures and metrics. I know you briefly touched on that. So if you can share any insight around that.
Yep. So a little bit. Right. So our raw numbers are pretty low. I think we have about 300 people playing and about 100 people betting a day, but it's been growing something along the lines of 50% month over month, and lately faster than that in the last week or two. So we're growing. The Discord is going kind of crazy, but sometimes it's hard to distinguish between the bots and the real people there. Like we had a 600% growth there or something like that in a month, but it's hard to distinguish what the real number is there. But the kind of key metric there is PTG in the system and number of bettors, and that's been growing pretty consistently at like 10% a week now, or 50% month over month. But February was kind of the start of our upward swing here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and yeah, somebody was asking about how many users have registered, which.
Yep. So there's about 300 unique bettors. So there's probably more than that who have registered. It's a blockchain game. We don't have a database at all. So we don't like save signups or anything like that. But so we're looking at transactions. And so, about 300 people playing.
Perfect.
And if anyone else in this group wants to get together with me, DApp Radar doesn't count proxied relayed transactions. And it's really frustrating because it shows us as one user when we have 100 people there. We'd be like the number 4 game, but instead we're dropped at the bottom. So if anyone else wants to get there and complain with me, I want to do that.
We can definitely leave a feedback to DApp Radar. Why not? Last question: how can you determine when a winner gets the tournament? Just from somebody I think who wants to have a go at the game. How do you determine the winner of tournaments?
Sorry, I'm not actually positive what that question means. So, but I'll just try and explain that again. The tournament. Right now we're doing 4 gladiator tournaments, and so there's 2 games at the beginning. It's 2 games in the semifinals, 1 game in the finals, and then at the end, random numbers combined with the gladiator stats themselves, plus the faction bonus, all influence who's the winner of each battle, and it goes turn by turn. In the back end, it's a dice roll, right? So there's and the attack and defense stats of the gladiators matter, and they roll the dice back and forth until one loses all their health and dies a glorious death in the arena, and then the winner moves forward into the next round.
Wonderful. Well, I think we just have to have a go and play the game.
Yeah, come on in. The weekly tournament tonight.
Yes, absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Topper, and great project again. And thank you for joining the BGA. So we are moving on. I think the next speaker today is from GamyFi. So, Satya, can you hear us? Just making sure we have a stable connection. Wonderful. Would you be able to share screen or?
Yeah, let me share my screen.
Thank you.
Yeah, is it visible now?
It's coming up. Here we go.
Yeah.
Yes, feel free to go on
Yeah.
full screen.
Yeah. So basically, this is GamyFi. So GamyFi is basically the first blockchain fantasy sports platform. Here, what we do is, let me show you the problems with the platforms which are already available and deal with the fiat and other currencies of the native blockchain. Don't use blockchain and use native currencies. So nowadays, people like to play games and also esports, but they are face many problems. Let's say I'm from India and you are from USA. Let's say so. If we want to play together, we can't, because in my country the game that uses INR currency, but in US that will be using USD. So we can't play together. That is one of the problems. And another problem is other native DeFi apps and other games and that are available, that some are vulnerable to hacks, data loss, and leaks. And also multiple platforms require KYC that are available in the normal world. So basically, how GamyFi solves that: GamyFi uses blockchain technology and cryptocurrencies for the payment stack, so that any user can join and play the platform and interact with any user from the world, as well as because the currencies are not available in other countries. And we solve by using smart contracts audits and also security backups, so that the users data can be safe. And we just had a partnership with Crush Network to use their IPFS, so we can store the users data in the blockchain. And also because we are using the Web3 solutions, so our platform won't be requiring a KYC. Basically, this is the description, and let's move to the features and the products. Basically, the products of the GamyFi platform are the fantasy sports. So basically, we have partnered with Elrond to build the fantasy sports app, which will be basically a normal dApp, but it will broadcast all the users' actions to the blockchain, so that users can check what actions they have taken and what was their scores and other details on the blockchain. And the next product is the NFT marketplace, and we'll also be rewarding NFTs for each achievements they gain on the fantasy sports app, and they can trade those NFTs on our marketplace. That will be based on Binance Smart Chain. And then we have the lottery and the betting. These two dApps will be based on the Binance Smart Chain, and basically in the lottery, an user can join and buy a ticket with some GFX and join the pool. Basically, at the end of the day, the lottery ends and few winners are chosen by the Chainlink smart contract and are rewarded with the rewards. Then we have the multiplayer PvP game, where we'll be integrating multiple games like Call of Duty, PUBG, and Apex Legends, where users can connect the games and play with others, so that the winner can join with the pool tokens, and the winner gets the total pool rewards. And about the rewards on the platform, there will be the normal rewards in the fantasy sports and the other dApps. And on top of that, we have quarterly dividends. So whatever fees are collected through the platform, it's just 1% fee on all the games you play. So all the fees that will be raised, so 51% of that fees will be distributed among the token holders which hold the tokens on the platform. And then we'll also be having a yield farming at the launch, so that the liquidity can be stable and users can earn some rewards. And here is the platform highlights. We are the first fantasy sport platform on blockchain technology. Then we use Polkadot and Elrond for the cross-chain scalability. Basically, this is an overview of the market of the fantasy sports. The global fantasy sport market was worth $22 billion US, and is expected to grow 48 billion in 2027. And the betting market is worth 90 billions with no involvement of blockchain technology. So if blockchain technology can be integrated with that, it can grow more higher, and it will be fair for everyone. As I mentioned, these are the components of the game, our products, and these are the steps to join the fantasy sports. Pools will be created off-chain with the new live matches are announced. Basically, when the real live real-life live matches announced by ICC or any sports board, will be integrating a pool for that, and users can join by paying a small GFX fee, and then they will be confirming the submission, and match will start, and the players will be earning points based on the performance of the players they chose, and then the players at the end of the match who have the most points will win the pool, and then they will be rewarded with the total pools, and will be also distributing NFTs for some high level of sports matches. And this is basically the idea of the fantasy sports app. As you can see, this is the backend code, and this will be the API scores. Visibly, we'll be using Chainlink for that, so that the GamyFi backend code will receive all the details, and the UI will show all the data through that. And these are the details of our other products, betting. So it will be on chain, used by management APIs through Chainlink, and the lottery will be something like that. We'll be also integrating Chainlink for that. And this is the diagram of the lottery. And this is the idea of the PvP game room. We'll be integrating the game, as I mentioned, and players can join and play on the platform by connecting those games, and the winners of the pools will be rewarded. And we'll also be launching our NFT marketplace in Q2. And this is the technology we'll be using. Backend application will be using Python and WebSockets, and also the lottery and the betting will be using Solidity. And this is the tokenomics. Basically, the supply is 10 millions, and it will be based on Ethereum and Binance Smart Chain. This is the resting phase. Yeah. Yeah, that's all.
Thank you so much for your presentation and for joining the BGA. I don't have any question coming from the audience, but I'm gonna opening up to here in this
panel. Sure.
So if you guys have got any questions around GamyFi, feel free to ask now. Cool, but yeah, it's a very interesting project, and we'll definitely keep everyone up to date about your updates, and feel free to share any news at the BGA, and we will welcome this to our newsletter and share it with our audience. And thank you so much for joining.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Great project. Thank you. I think we're now moving on to Jacob, who's here as Research and Adoption Manager at Tezos. Hey, Jacob. Can you hear us?
I can hear you. Wonderful. Can you see my screen?
Great. Yes, just starting it now. Feel free to go on to present mode.
Perfect. So I saw that I had 20 minutes, so that I'll try to use all of it. That was a joke, but so yeah, thanks for having us. We're super excited to be a part of the BGA community. So just let me begin. I'll just give a brief introduction on what I do, what Tezos is about, and some of the projects that are actively building on Tezos and building out the NFT and gaming ecosystem for our blockchain platform. Is the audio working? Can you hear the audio?
No, I think you might need to unplug your headset, or
I know what it needs to. Let me try.
Maybe the speakers.
Quick watch.
Yeah, maybe you can just leave the speakers on. Oh, we don't hear you now. We lost the audio. We're trying to fix the audio. We'll be back to you soon.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, well, let's just try to boot this back up and see what's what. And you can see my screen, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So back to reality.
I think you need
Can't
to
hear
try
you,
and
but that's
share
okay.
Yeah, I think you need to try and share your screen again. Okay, it works now.
But I can't hear you, but that's that's another neither here nor there. For some reason, like your audio is just not the speakers are working, but it's just not coming through. Well, on that note, I'll just try to power through and just talk. So if you guys mention anything, I won't necessarily be able to hear you, but I will be talking. Yes. Okay. There you go.
Oh, we cannot hear it.
David Chin from BGA APAC here, and it's a pleasure to be speaking to you all from our headquarters in Singapore. To give you some background on myself, I'm the head of TZ APAC, an Asia-based public blockchain consultancy focused on the Tezos ecosystem, achieving strategic impact in Asia. But beyond my job title, when it really comes down to it, I'm a gamer. I grew up gaming from Doom and Street Fighter when I was a kid to now playing Minecraft and Roblox with my own children. Gaming has always been a huge part of my life, way beyond its entertainment value. It's about the creativity and sophistication that goes into its design and the community it offers. So the convergence between blockchain and the gaming space is naturally an area I am deeply passionate about. That's why it's an honor to be able to address you all today and share some insight into what we're working on. At TZ APAC, we're dedicated to fostering an international community of gaming developers, aspiring creators, and of course, players on the Tezos platform. I'll leave Jacob Pouncey to go into the details of some of the specific projects that are being built on Tezos. But in a nutshell, our focus is on assisting developers in incubating their ideas, facilitating grants, and working to ensure developers get access to the business resources that they need to actually make an impact and succeed. So if this sounds like you, I really encourage you to get in touch with either myself or a member of my team. You can get a hold of us at reachout@tezos.com. Thank you for your time.
Yep. So that was a message from our supreme leader, and I'll just sort of almost summarize what he said again. But what is Tezos? Tezos is smart money, redefining what it means to hold and exchange value in a digitally connected world. A self-upgradable blockchain with a proven track record, Tezos seamlessly adopts tomorrow's innovations without network disruptions today. So that's essentially marketing mumbo jumbo we're a tier 1 blockchain that has strong governance on chain, which prevents it from, forking, so it is, as we know, blockchains is trustless, secure, and transparent. So I don't really need to go into that. But what makes Tezos different from your other tier 1 blockchain is the programming language is functional. So it makes it easier to code or utilize large data sets. As I said, the governance is on chain. So it prevents a lot of the friction or eases a lot of the friction of upgrading and adding new features. It makes it a lot easier for independent developers to be compensated for their work and actually propose amendments and new improvement proposals. And then also our coding language allows for formal verification. So it allows for these high security, high reliancy use cases such as aeronautics, semiconductor industries, and also gaming, because everyone hates when the servers give out right at the final battle. So brief timeline. I'm not going to go through all this. So August 2014, the position paper was released, and then in September 2016, the code was published on GitHub. Then we had a fundraise in July 2017 where 31,000 wallets was created. And this shows that this was a largely community-driven project. We didn't have any VC backing at the early stages, not as much as some of the other projects, meaning that we answered to a community and less so to VCs who have LPs to answer. And if you just look our latest, the last bit of the timeline is just highlighting how often we actually have major upgrades to the chain. In May 2019, we had the first one with Athens. And then the last one we had took place in February 2021, Edo, which was the fifth. And each one of these proposals are sometimes making micro changes and other times, making almost consensus changes, like very difficult, large-scale changes to the protocol to make it efficient for users, for developers to transact, and easier for users to be onboarded, for bakers to continue baking, etc. So look out for the next upgrades coming. Florence should happen in late April, and then we'll be looking to have launch the next the next upgrade, G, which we haven't named the city yet, but we're still taking suggestions. Tezos Foundation, it's a well-capitalized entity focused on providing grants and growing the Tezos ecosystem. The new update will actually be out within the next month or two, so these numbers are old. Who we are at TZ APAC, David already mentioned it. We are a leading Asia-based public blockchain consultancy supporting Tezos ecosystem. TZ APAC designs value-add blockchain transformation strategies for enterprises and creators with a bottom-up approach. We work closely with experts and stakeholders in the ecosystem. And we're supported by the Tezos Foundation. Now, this is, some more marketing mumbo jumbo for, we are a premier consultancy focused on creating impact with users building on Tezos specifically. And we do this in numerous ways, and I'll get into that a bit later. But here are some of the projects that we actually have building on Tezos today. Interpop, which is a gaming studio and house led by Brian David Marshall, which is his birthday today, actually. He's giving another presentation like right now. And he's from Magic the Gathering. He's done work at Marvel. We have a lot of heavy hitters in the industry in this gaming house and publishing house. They're working on creating proprietary universes that include games, comics, animation, etc. Look out for what they're doing. Really interesting. One of their projects that they're doing now is actually Emergence digital collectible card game, which is sort of like a deck building hand management game, similar to some of the Hearthstones or Magic the Gathering or some of the other more like later, newer deck building games. And these are all, they like to call them clean NFTs because they're built on Tezos, which uses proof of stake algorithm to actually, to confirm transactions, which sort of alleviates some of the carbon footprint for creating the NFTs. We also have fellow BGA member, Quasar, who is building, shout out to Paul, who is building Bot Wars Ultimate Trading, which is a mobile-based game that allows players to equip, upgrade, and lead an army of robots to conquer the financial markets. So essentially, it's a real-time gamified currency trading experience where users can learn and get a feel for trading the markets by equipping their robots with, blasters, and these blasters may have slots, and then there's all these different NFTs that are built on Tezos to sort of conquer the financial markets. It's really quite interesting. So I definitely recommend checking Quasar out. They're a BGA member as well. They're working on a lot of cool stuff. Bot Wars is in an app store near you, so I would recommend just trying it out. Really quite nice. And last but not least, we have CricTez, which is an NFT-based fantasy sports app, primarily focused on cricket right now. Gamers would buy player cards that are NFTs, and player cards will be priced directly in relation to the skill of the player. And the user will deploy five per game, and then basically the users, the cards will score points based on like the real-time performance of the cricket player. And as the cricket player improves, throughout the season, their card value will increase, and then you can, sell their card and then buy another up-and-coming rookie card to hopefully, make a return as you play in Battle Friends. So it's really quite interesting. And these are just 4 of the projects that are building on Tezos, and that we're working with to increase the gaming and NFT ecosystem on Tezos. So just to wrap it all up, why work with us? There's multiple things. Is capital deployment, development resources that we can provide, advisory, because we have a team of experienced industry professionals with a lot of knowledge, and thirdly, we have a lot of connections in blockchain in general, but then also in the sort of gaming space. And we're a team of gamers, actually. As David said, everyone on the team is avid gamers. And what we do is we will work with you closely to help you build and develop your product or integrate Tezos into your product. And then we also look at synergies in the ecosystem. So we will reach out to some of our funders or other entities in the ecosystem that your product could actually synergize with beautifully. So we also make those connections and put our necks out for you guys. So thanks for letting me present. Please reach out to me at jacob.pouncey@tzapac.com or reach out at tezos.com. We love to hear about what you're doing and figure out ways that we can collaborate and sort of grow the gaming and NFT space together. So thanks.
Thank you. Wonderful presentation, Jacob. And we'll definitely share your contacts and Tezos contacts with our members. But all the features you described are definitely interesting for many in the space to start developing that product. So thank you so much for being with us and for joining the BGA.
Thank you.
Okay, I think there's a question here from Saif. Do you operate a consultancy firm or a VC firm investing in Tezos inverted products?
Yeah, so we are a consulting firm, technology consulting house is how we are. We don't make as a company direct investments into the projects, but that would be more in line with the foundation, as they're financially is that their role in the ecosystem is sort of to shepherd and deploy capital where they see fit. But also we have a network of VCs located in the APAC region and globally that we are more than happy to connect people with, when we have them on board. Right.
Thank you, super. Thank you so much. Okay, so I think we're going to move forward now. We're welcoming Rastislav. Hi, can you hear us?
Yes, hello guys.
Thank you for being here with us. So I already see your screen, so feel free to start your presentation.
Okay, so it's really a pleasure to be part of Blockchain Game Alliance. I will start to present our IOI as a corporation. We have, short time, so I will just focus mostly on our game, but IOI Corporation is a focus on a marketplace, on the games, and as well wallet. So as I mentioned, let's start with Trade Race Manager. Is our main pivot game, and then a Trade Race Manager is the NFT collectibles trading game powered by real-time data. And in this short time, I will try to explain you, how to work, how to play, and how to start. So basically, first we start with the collectibles NFTs as a core for our games. You can start to choose any character. Every character has special skills, special affiliate level, and is limited. You can choose this character, and thanks to this character, you will be joined to specific team, and every team has also the special NFT cards. So basically, you can collect collect these racers and become collectors of these avatars. Plus, you can also start collectible NFTs as a car to enter any race on our platform. You need to hold or purchase these NFTs. For new registered users, we are giving non-NFT cars to test our game, to do daily tasks, to play free races. So basically, you don't have to pay any amount to test our platform to start. But when you want to enjoy, full regime of our game, to start earning IOI tokens, you need to collect or purchase NFTs. Purchasing these NFTs, you will unlock via smart contract daily staking. So basically, you purchase these NFTs and you will get daily stake in IOI tokens, just holding this car in your garage. But if you use these cars in a race, you can earn extra money. So basically, every time these stakes are rewarded to you, you can enter to race and you can multiply these stakes against other racers. So this is like second option of these collectibles. And then there is a collectibles NFTs racetrack. Basically, you can choose if you want to be racer and collect the avatars on cars, or you can choose the owner's mode and you can collect the NFTs racetracks. To own these tracks, you are able to share shares from every race on your track. So basically, you can get extra profit just for holding this car. So this was just the NFT parts of the game. It's not just NFTs. Holding these NFTs, you are getting daily rewards. You are unlocking special skins, and of course, you are joining the game. So basically, about the game plan, you pick a car as an NFT or non-NFT car. You predict the market. As I mentioned, it's a trading game. So your duty is to pick portfolio for a race. There are different races. Fast races, it's 30-second duration. Enduro races, it's 15-minute race. And also there will be long-term 4-hour races as a trader are experienced. So basically you can choose between this time frame, and there will be also the tournament. So you just join the race, predict the market to pick a portfolio, and then you just race against other opponents. And after end of the race, you can collect the rewards. And as a team members, if you have a team, if you have NFTs as a character, as racers, you can get extra rewards and play from extra 5% from whole platform. So by playing these games, you are just unlocking the special NFTs. There is a lot of special super rare NFTs as rings. Rings will be NFTs for best racers of a month, and these rings will allow you to join the special race, which is only once per year, and the winner of this race will get a trophy. So this will be the super rare NFTs. And about the character ones, there is a final edition of our racers, and we call it Mr. and Mrs. Rich. So basically, collectibles or collecting these avatars, you are unlocking more and more characters. And when you unlock all of these avatars, you can unlock the Mr. and Mrs. Rich. About the corporation, we are not just focusing about the games, we are focusing about the whole ecosystem of NFTs. Our main priority is the marketplace and the custody and non-custody wallet for NFTs. So basically our users can download the wallet, play the games, and use the open marketplace and connecting all of this ecosystem and using all of this ecosystem will be the blockchain fees, will be the zero blockchain fees. And the main idea for a marketplace is that the artists or directors who will put items on this market can just set up the % for the fees for the charity on a blockchain. So basically, you're not just put item and sell it, but you can set up the % of your fees for charity. So there will be really cool that blockchain technology allow fully transparency for blockchain charity as well. And this will be also the priority for next step for IOI to build this NFT marketplace. There will be also the local celebrities included in Central Europe, because our corporation is based in Europe and Slovakia, and we will be focusing mostly on Central Europe market with local celebrity, which we started already working on the really cool video for all of this. So this will be the next steps. And another is the IOI wallet, when you can store these items, you can use this item, holding these items or NFTs in this wallet, you will receive a daily stakes. So basically you can use all of our ecosystems and enjoy all of this benefit. And at the end of this presentation, I will love to present you Trade Race Manager as a game. You can join our website, you can register for free, you can do daily task and play any race you wish before we will hit exchange. So basically you guys can get some free IOI tokens before we get on exchange. You can choose a racing tip. For example, I would choose a Rocky. This is a non-NFT card, as I mentioned. You just predict the portfolio. We integrate the trading view and indicators. So basically you can just predict what you wish for the next race. And here we go. This is a free race, so you can challenge from other racers, and the best racers will win this race. So basically, this is our Trade Race Manager. We are now working on a lot of updates in coming days. You can already download this game on Google Play. Now we are working on iOS as well. So I hope that we can cross promotion somehow together, and we see. It was.
Thank you. That was a really packed presentation. Thank you so much for filling in so many information in 10 minutes. Thank you. So there's a few comments here. I'm trying to catch up on those. So why did you call avatars Mr. and Mrs. Rich? What's the story behind?
Yeah, it's the main idea was when we was building the promo video with our director, we was talking about what will be the name of the main character, and he told it will be Richard. And we say, okay, so Richard is cool. How we call it shortly is Rich. Oh, it's cool because these NFTs you can collect it, and it's like boss or owners. So Mr. and Mrs. Rich looks like the best avatars we can choose.
Super, thank you. Bruno's got a question. How many NFT scars available?
Okay, so there was 4 collection: bronze, silver, platinum, and gold, and a limited amount is 200,000 cars. Few will be sold on Arcane for our partnerships. Few will be on OpenSea, and there will be some giveaways, and you can earn these NFTs also via a daily task and unlocking these NFTs. So totally amount is 200,000.
Perfect, amazing. Well, thank you so much. One very last question here. Will I be able to park one of these lovely beasts and show off on my land in the metaverse if I hold the NFT?
Is a question for me?
I think so. It's coming from the stream.
We are looking for more partners in NFTs and as well as Metaverse. So basically, we have a lot of designers and artists in our team, and if there will be option to cooperate together and use other NFTs in other project, and otherwise it will be cool. So yes, we are looking for this option.
Brilliant. Okay, thank you so much, and feel free to answer all the questions and comments that came through from YouTube and Twitter. But thank you everybody for sharing your questions. I think it's time. Thank you, Rastislav, again for joining the BGA and being with us today. It's time for us to move on to Michael and welcome Pablo as well. So hi, Michael. Hi, Pablo. Thank you for joining the BGA and being with us today.
Hey, thanks, Serena. It's really great to be here. And Rastislav, that was a great presentation, man. I'm a big fan of racing games myself, so I'm going to have to find some time to get in and demo out the platform maybe this evening. So nice. And it's really amazing seeing all of the innovation that's going on in the space, and just super thrilled to be a member of the BGA. So thank you for the opportunity. Wanted to talk about Star Atlas today. And Star Atlas is a space-themed MMO and metaverse concept being built on the Solana blockchain. We are building this in Unreal Engine, currently Unreal Engine 4, but will be Unreal Engine 5 when we get to full production sometime next year. And what we're going to be able to deliver is a AAA quality gaming experience with cinematic quality graphical fidelity delivered in real time. The core mechanics of the game are really space exploration, grand strategy, territory control, and political conquest. So, I would say probably most comparable to a game like EVE Online or Star Citizen in terms of gamer actions. So most players will see themselves purchasing a spaceship, exploring the stars, engaging in PvE and PvP combat, and essentially taking over land. We are leveraging blockchain for a number of enhancements on the game experience itself. So that includes things like, all of the assets in the game are NFTs. So everything from your ship to the crew members on the ship, components, modules, virtual land, structures and buildings on that land, all of these items that are NFTs that are independently and individually owned by each one of the players. Extending on that, we are building out a number of DeFi tools within the game UI itself. And one of the reasons why we selected Solana as our protocol of choice is, one, it's a fantastic team over at Solana. They've done some tremendous work. The technology behind the blockchain itself is incredible. 50,000 transaction per second throughput, sub-second finality. Transaction costs are incredibly low. So all features that are really necessary for us to build out a AAA quality game and 3D VR enabled game on chain. But beyond that, really the ecosystem itself is just exploding right now. So a number of great developers building on Solana, and we get to leverage tools like those built by the team at Serum, FTX Alameda Research for DeFi implementations. So our players will see the ability to go out and do things like participate in liquidity pools, AMM. There will actually be yield farming directly in the game. And one of the areas that we see as being really promising is the ability to essentially fractionalize or otherwise lend out your assets in a social economy model. Think of it kind of like an Airbnb. So your game assets, when not in use, can be provided as liquidity to other players. And then those players can rent the assets, use it in game, both for the entertainment value as well as for the potential yield that's generated or income that's generated from the game. And then we're also using blockchain for what we think is a pretty innovative gameplay mechanic, which is something that we call play for keys. This is very high stakes gaming. You effectively are betting pink sheets on your assets when you go out into this deep space zone. And we do have the universe modeled such that there are 3 primary factions, and then there are 3 security zones within each of the factions. So players, land in the metaverse initially in an entirely safe zone where they can learn to navigate, learn the controls, and learn how to play. But the best rewards exist once you venture out into deeper areas of space. So you can explore the medium risk zone, wherein you can be attacked by other players, and the PvE is more dangerous, but it's non-permanent death. You essentially will respawn. When you explore out into the deepest regions of space, our so-called high-risk zones, you are literally signing over your assets via smart contract. And if you get into an engagement with another player that you lose, your NFT asset will be destroyed. It will be burned off chain. And the other player will have the ability to recapture or salvage some of the items that are on your ship. So this might include ejected crew members, it might include components, or even a salvaged hull from time to time. But what this does introduce is a bit of a deflationary mechanic, as well as a very thrilling, high intensity experience. So we're seeing quite a bit of interest from clans all over the world in collaborating and combining resources to go pirate and dominate those deep space regions. Beyond those blockchain mechanics, we also have a dual token system within the game. Atlas is our transactional currency. It is essentially the in-game gold. It's the lubricant of the universe, and it's used for all things that are related to operating expenses. So, things like refueling your ship, or repairing damaged items, purchasing consumables, and then also using it for upgrades on items that you possess. Now, Atlas is also the primary currency that will be delivered to the player for the play to earn model. So when you're participating in things like mining of land and it's generating ore, You refine the ore, and you ultimately turn around and either sell that to another player through the in-game NFT marketplace, or sell it directly back to an NPC. You will be rewarded with Atlas. And naturally, as a crypto native asset, you'll be able to extract that from the game universe through both decentralized exchanges as well as centralized exchanges, and liquidate that to your currency of choice. Or alternatively, you can use that to reinvest directly back into the game economy. What we're looking at here on the slide is just the distribution schedule of the tokens themselves. The second token within the game is our take on a governance token. It's called Polis, and it is dual purposed in that within the game, players possessing Polis will have the ability to politically dominate regions of space and then be able to impose their will on other players. Once again, tying into the decentralized autonomous corporation or clan system in our game. By way of example, if you are not in a clan but you operate territory within space that clan possesses, they can do things like impose taxes on you or impose rules and laws on you. And so it just creates this really interesting dynamic and additional strategic component that has to be considered. Outside of the game, people possessing Polis will actually be able to influence our development decision-making process longer term. So being able to determine things like economic decisions, perpetual inflation rates, feature development in the game, or even things like what are the next assets that are going to be released, and or inflation schedule from us as a developer. How frequently can we release new NFTs into the economy? Obviously with these NFTs, scarcity is of the highest importance. And so, from our standpoint, it's important that we balance that out. But we also want to provide that voting right to the players and to the owners, so they have some say in how this game gets developed in the longer term. We'll take just a quick look as well at the value matrix, which breaks down really how we determine the flow of value between the various stakeholders in the economy. And yeah, we'll go down just a little bit more here. And so we essentially look at it from the standpoint of either token holders exclusively, equity holders, which really consists of us, the centralized game development company, and gamers. And there's quite a bit of detail here. This is actually in the white paper. So if you guys haven't seen it, I would highly encourage you all to go out and do a review of the white paper. But effectively, what we demonstrate in this chart is just the way in which we as a centralized organization with a dedicated roadmap and strategy and planning behind us to deliver this AAA quality game, how we interact with the decentralized token economy that we're creating through these blockchain assets. And what you will find is that it's very much synergistic. We are both supporting the decentralized ecosystem as well as pulling value, extracting value from the decentralized ecosystem. And effectively, over time, the intention is to deliver this almost entirely as a decentralized product, as a gift to the community. So this might take several years, but eventually we'll get to the point where through the governance token and through individual developer and user participation, people are actually able to influence the outcome of the game. So, and then we do have some nice, I don't know how I'm doing on time. Do I have a couple more minutes or?
A couple more minutes. Thank you.
We'll wrap it up real quick. We just want to run through some of these other images. This is actual concept art that we've been creating. I'll talk just a little bit about the metaverse in this next for these next couple of minutes. But effectively, we see that as the far bigger long-term opportunity, and the metaverse in general, for anyone that's not aware, is really the ability to live an alternative digital life or virtual life from your own. And so we believe that we can actually accomplish this through the combination of blockchain and the game. But the video game concept that we're building, the space exploration strategy game, that is really just the first feature. It's the first attraction to the metaverse. This is how we will get people into the game. It's a title that will be attractive to a mainstream audience. It'll be enjoyable by gamers all over the world. But that is really just the first attraction. As we get into the future, we see the universe in the metaverse that is Star Atlas, a place for people to collaborate, meet, communicate, form communities, and the real mission here is to be able to just enable players to be entrepreneurial and creative and deliver and create value for themselves. So, enabling effectively what is a sandbox wherein other people can build within the metaverse and as I said, create value for themselves. So some of the ways we see that taking place would be, an art curator or artist themselves purchases some land in the game. They create an art gallery, and other players can enter into the metaverse, regardless of whether or not they want to fly around in a spaceship and attack other players. They can enter the metaverse, they can explore these cities, they can go into the art gallery, purchase art as an NFT asset directly from another player. We also see in-game concert series as being something that could be really promising and entertaining, working with mainstream artists and delivering these musical experiences in-game. And then just really quickly, last 2 minutes, we do have a couple of, we have a great roadmap ahead of us. The next major event that we're launching is an NFT collectible series that we call Rebirth. This is a 14-week series that starts on April 24th. Each week we drop one poster which introduces background and lore of the game. It's effectively the genesis of Star Atlas, the genesis of the metaverse. And I guess I don't want to reveal too much right now, but these posters are high quality art. They're animated. We have AR overlays on every one of the pieces, and we'll be pairing that with mainstream musical talent as an audio track on each one of the pieces of art. And then that takes us right up to July, where we'll be launching our in-browser minigame version of this, which exposes players to the gameplay loops and the financial incentives. And then finally, that will take us out until Q2, maybe July of next year, where we'll have the first version of our fully immersive version. So, yeah, happy to answer some questions.
Thank you so much, Michael. I love the graphic. Yes.
Yeah, I was about to say the same. Reminds me artwork of games before they get released on console, etc. So all the pre-production in video games. It's fantastic to see this level of art and supporting behind the vision of metaverse and blockchain games. I think it projects the vision that what you're creating and what the industry is creating is not just small, simple games, but it can be high-level AAA productions as well.
The product team makes my job easy, because nobody pays attention to me. They're all looking at the art. But Pablo is on my team. He's Chief Operating Officer and co-founder as well. So I just want to thank him for being on the call with me as well.
Thank you, Pablo, and welcome.
Thanks everyone for being here today and introducing your different projects. I think we're going to conclude for today's event, but we'll have more this week, if I'm correct, right, Serena?
Yes, definitely. We have an event coming up on Friday. And actually, some of you were here today presenting. Will be joining us back again on Friday. So the BGA Demo Day, it's back. So we're running those events now every last Friday of each month at 4 p.m. CET. So make sure to set it up in your calendar and joining us. There's also opportunity to be winning prizes and giveaways and learn more about the games that we're going to present and other projects and services that are a member of the BGA. So make sure to join us on Friday this week.
It's a very exciting event. You get to see the product live in action. So not just slides like today, but really what you can see as a user, what you can do. And there's also a small interactive moment, where there's giveaways of NFTs and token as well, if you answer right to the question of each project, which we think is also a great way to engage users and make them want to try out and follow what you guys are doing. Without any further ado, I'd like to thank everyone for watching us today, and I invite you to follow us, join the Blockchain Game Alliance if you have a great project and you want to be part of the Alliance, present it to our community. You can follow us on different social media channels, including Medium, Twitter, Discord, and Telegram.
And well, that's it for today. See you on Friday for the demo day, and see you in the Blockchain Game Alliance. Thank you, everyone. Good end of the day.
Thank you. Thank you for joining BGA.